Dodge and Darius Johnson come in at the defensive back positions. The throw is John Mobley broke it up, and the Broncos are celebrating on the near sidelines.
Phil, they sold out. They ran a full-scale blitz at him.
Everybody blitzed with 2 defensive backs injured and out of the game. They send the ball. It makes Green Bay throw the ball before they want. It's knocked down by the defense.
With 28 seconds left, Denver takes over and downs at the 32. And the 13-year domination of the NFC apparently has come to an end. And the man, the sentimental favorite, the fans who didn't care about who won this game cared that John Elway got a Super Bowl ring. They've reserved his spot in the Hall of Fame. This man probably will get there too, but Elway's a cinch to go to Canton when he is eligible. You know, after he lost to Jacksonville last year, he went home and his sister called him and he broke down crying. His kids, his 4 children, had never seen their dad cry before. Many of you remember when your dads cry, how important it is. It was a low moment of his great career. This then will become the highest moment, the completion of a great career, a Super Bowl championship for John Elway and the Denver Broncos. Given to him prior to this Super Bowl. He said, yes, I want that trophy, but I don't want to take away from my teammates. And when he gets into that locker room, one of the first men that John Elway will find is Terrell Davis. Terrell Davis, his Super Bowl 32's most valuable player, the kid from San Diego, rushed for 157 yards and 3 touchdowns to help Denver to this 31-24 upset win in San Diego. For most of the fans who didn't care about the teams, the right way was Elway.
Well, Denver came into this game as a blitzing team. It's worked for them today. Most of the time they sold out. One of the reasons why they stopped the Green Bay Packers. You see the blitz by all the defenders. Brett Favre has to get rid of it. John Mobley uses his speed. The cut inside of Mark Chmura knocked the ball down.
And he didn't believe to that final moment. He was not going to let it out till then. And Jack Elway, the father of the coach, who has lived every moment of his son's career.
He was actually covering Chmura from up here.
Shannon Sharp. His brother Sterling left the Packers before they won last year, so Shannon will bring home the Super Bowl ring. It's a great season, and it certainly ended on a marvelous note if you're a football fan. A great game, 2 terrific teams, and Denver, the underdog, prevailing 31-24.
You know, Phil, you and I had the feeling all week long that this was going to be a terrific football game.
Well, Paul, I think we knew, or we had the suspicion, games don't change just because it's the final one. We knew that the Broncos could run the football. I don't think the Green Bay Packers have faced a team all year that lines up and comes at you and can be as physical and has a running back of the style of Terrell Davis.
Well, much more. The trophy presentation we'll hear from the men who wrote the story here in San Diego tonight. And, of course, that will include John Elway. We'll be back after these messages from your local station. Oh, that was the action. Super Bowl 32. An underdog, sizable. Denver Broncos have defeated the Green Bay Packers 31-24. They did it on the ground with the most valuable player, Terrell Davis. And they did it for their quarterback, John Elway. Davis, by the way, who, as we said, had his number 7 high school number retired. He's the 7th running back to earn the most valuable player honor in the Super Bowl. Jim Gray is down in that bedlam at the floor of Qualcomm.
All right, John Elway now being hugged and congratulated by Mike Shanahan, exchanging some words here. It's been pandemonium down here on the field. John, finally, your thoughts on winning this Super Bowl? It's been a lifetime dream.
It is. I mean, there's other than my wife and my 4 kids, there's nothing better than this. And I tell you what, it's just I can't believe it. It's been a lot of work, and with so many things going against us, the AFC, NFC, all that type thing, and it's unbelievable.
The emotion right now and the sentiment that was going across this country toward you, now that it's culminated, what are your thoughts and emotions?
I mean, I can't even believe it. I appreciate all those thoughts and the prayers, and it's great. I mean, it's a great organization, and you know what? I'm so proud that this team came together. We did it the hard way, but for all the Bronco fans have never had this feeling, we finally got it done, and that is really neat.
Did you ever doubt in your mind that you would have a chance to get back at this place? It's taken another 8 or 10 years to get back.
Yeah, you always wonder that, and you wonder that you're going to, if you're going to run out of years. But fortunately, I hung on, and Mike came in here and got it done for us.
Final thought here, John, before they drag you away.
I got to go.
Will you retire now? Was this the Holy Grail?
I'll talk to you.
All right, he's going to receive the trophy. John Dockery has Terrell Davis.
Thank you, Jim Gray. Terrell Davis, MVP. What's the best part of this game?
Man, I'm numb right now. I can't even reflect on the game right now. I guess it's going to take a while for this to set in.
I saw you talking to number 7. What did you say to him? What do you feel about him finally getting it?
I just congratulated him, man. I knew it was a long time coming for him. And what can I say, man? I'm numb. I have no idea that this is going on right now.
It's your hometown. You got the most touchdowns rushing by any running back ever, 3. I mean, what a moment for you. Can you define it?
I planned it like that. No, all I want to do is come out here and just play well. Do what I do best and just try to run the ball hard and put pressure on our line. Did a great job. First of all, our line and Howard did an excellent job. All I had to do was run. My job was easy.
Well, you did it. Congratulations. Greg Gumbel, up to you.
Thank you, baby.
The first thing to be said down here on the podium is that the city of San Diego puts on a heck of a show. And the Denver Broncos for the AFC have found the light at the end of the tunnel. To make the presentation of the Vince Lombardi Trophy to the Denver Broncos is the Commissioner of the National Football League, Paul Tagliabue.
Pat, Mike, it was a great Super Bowl between 2 outstanding teams. The Packers made a valiant defense of their title, but today our hats off to the Denver Broncos. Congratulations to the Denver Broncos, Mike Shanahan, John Elway, get over here, John, and Pat Bowlen.
Thank you, Paul. Whoa! I often wondered what this would be like. I want to express my appreciation to all my fans, my coaching staff, and all my organization. But there's one thing I want to say here tonight. It's only 4 words. This one's for John.
John, as much as everyone has wanted this for you, you told me a few weeks ago that you wanted this one just as much for the fans in Denver. And I know that in the media guide, under Pat Bowlen's area, it says, I want us to be first in everything.
I tell you what, I don't even know what to say. I never thought I was hoping someday I'd be up here, and today we are. And you can't give enough credit for these two guys right here. They make it all happy. But I tell you what, my teammates, man, it was a team win today. Terrell Davis for running hard. And I tell you what, the fans in Colorado and the Rocky Mountain states that have been with us forever, this was for you too.
Head coach Mike Shanahan, you and I have wondered privately as to when this AFC losing streak would end. It came to an end today in perhaps the most competitive football game of the season.
I'm proud of our football team, and I thank Pat Bowlen for giving us opportunity to compete. Gave us all the financial resources to get this thing done, and I can't say enough about this team.
Turning points and key points of this game in your mind?
Well, we came up with a couple turnovers, and we overcame the turnovers we made. We had both teams that competed for 60 minutes. Hard-fought game, could have won either way, but I'm very happy the way it turned out and the way our guys fought for 60 minutes.
Green Bay's Eugene Robinson came up with a key interception there. I imagine you had visions of putting this game away early.
Well, you know, they're a great football team. They've made a lot of plays all year. We tried to look Eugene off. He came back and made a play on Rod Smith. But anytime you play a team like the Packers, you got to show up and you got to find a way to win, and that's what happened today.
I know this is where you felt you should have been a year ago, but I imagine it's been worth the wait.
Well, it's not easy. There's a lot of great teams out there and a lot of great organizations. I'm just very proud of this one today.
Okay, our congratulations to the Denver Broncos. Let's go to Jim Gregg.
All right, thank you very much, Greg. I'm now joined by Neil Smith. You spent 9 years laboring in Kansas City. Your 10th year, you come over to the Broncos. A big pay cut, as we talked about in the pregame. Was it all worth it now?
It was all worth it. I tell you what, you know, the only reason why I came here, for one simple reason, to get this team over the hump and win the world championship. So Denver, we bringing it home, baby, because we deserve it. Nobody in the world gave us an opportunity. Nobody picked us. But you know what? I hate the number 13, and we put it to the end, baby, because we the #1 champion, baby. And Mama, I love you.
Neil, let me ask you, because it looked as though it could get away from you very early. Mike Shanahan told the defense the first 25 plays of this game is critical, because if you get behind 14 or 21 points, they're a much different team. What adjustment did you make when you went down 7-0?
When we went down 7-0, you know, as a defense, we came back on the sideline and we just simply said, hey, you know, let's settle down. You know, we get the kinks out and play our defense. We've been getting turnovers the whole year, and now we have an opportunity to, you know, just to settle down and make plays. And we did. We got the fumbles and we got the turnovers. Those are the big things that make everything win.
Everybody wanted this for number 7, John Elway. The sentiments of the team, if you can express them.
I tell you what, you know, that's one of the reasons why I came. I'm happy for John. I'm happy that John made room for me to get here, and I'm enjoying every moment with him. And you know what? Only thing I can say that's gonna end the chapter in my book, because I played with some Hall of Fame guys in Joe Montana, and also Marcus Allen. I got one that's here that's gonna go down too, baby, being #1. Yeah. So all the Super Bowls he fell short, this is the one that count, baby. This is the one that count. He deserves it.
Doesn't really matter now. Neil, congratulations. Let's send it upstairs now to Dick Enberg. He's more elated than Shannon Sharp. You've kind of been the spokesperson. You've kind of been outlandish at times. You've always had something to say. You tempered yourself the last 2 weeks as your little daughter comes in, gets a hug from daddy. That's rewarding in itself, and your son. You really tempered yourself. You don't have to now. Say what you want to say.
Mike asked us whether we got back from Pittsburgh. He said, where would you rather play? Would you play Green Bay at a neutral site, go to Kansas City, or go to Pittsburgh? And to a man, we said we'd rather play Green Bay at a neutral site. They disrespected us all week. Everybody disrespected us. They never faced a running game like what we had. They never faced a quarterback with the kind of composure. They never faced a coach that put a game plan in like Mike Shanahan. We did everything he asked us to do.
How did you manage to bite your tongue? It's very difficult for you.
You know, Mike said, hey, you know, I understand that you're going to have to swallow some pride. I know you like to talk, Shannon, but just for these 2 weeks, it'll be well worth it. Silence is golden.
You were within a hair of leaving this organization and not being re-signed during the offseason. It finally came together. Now it culminates in this championship and this Super Bowl. How close were you to leaving?
It was very close. You know, I didn't get signed until the day of training camp. And I'd like to thank Mike and Mr. Bowlen for stepping up and getting me done. But Mike Shanahan, really, because he was the sole mastermind behind it, because everything goes through him. So I love this organization.
Sum up the feelings for the Sterling brothers, for the Sharp brothers. I know that your brother Sterling labored for a long, long time in this league and didn't get to taste the fruits.
Bruh, I told you, we're going to get a ring. It's yours. You've earned it. All the Bronco fans, the team, the coaches, It's been a long time coming. I'm gonna enjoy this one for a while. There's no telling when I'm coming in. I might be missing in action for about 3 days.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
All right, let's.
I've never been more proud of a group of guys. Once we started playoffs, we said, hey, it don't matter how we get there. We got a job to do. You guys stayed focused. You took it day by day, just like this week. No talking. Let your actions on the field do the talking. Never been more proud of a group of guys, and you got something that no one will ever be able to take away from you, and that's that ring, world champs. Congratulations.
24. Well, and so the end of the 1997 NFL season, and for NBC Sports, Super Bowl 32 is the end of our 32 years covering AFL, NFL action. You know, the NBC's been there from the start, from Joe Namath all the way to John Elway, from Kurt Gowdy to those of us that had the honor of calling this game tonight. And on behalf of all of our crew, all the men and women who have brought you the sights and sounds of NFL football here on NBC since 1960, we want to thank you for your effort, and for those of you who have watched, and we congratulate the Super Bowl champions. The underdogs have won.